Welcome back to ciLiving. Are you looking to finalize your Thanksgiving dinner menu? We have an option for a side dish. Sara Shields is here today to teach you how to make it. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Super excited.
All right, so what are we making today?
Okay, so I know I always get a lot of heat for this, but I don't like stuffing.
You know, I'm actually not a huge stuffing person either.
Okay, high five on no stuffing.
I'm quietly no stuffing.
Okay, so I found this actually at a very small restaurant in Chicago, and I remade it. And this is kind of what I make in place of stuffing. And just so you know a little bit about me, I will not make anything that takes more than 30 minutes to make.
Okay,
so
good.
This is about
my
25.
kind of chef, because
Yeah.
I am not a huge fan of cooking in general, so I 100% agree with you. If it is more than 25 minutes, I'm out.
Awesome.
So let's do it.
Awesome, we're in it together. Okay, so also because I'm a little lazy, I buy the pre-cut butternut squash, so that's what you see in here.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. If I turn on the right one.
All right.
There we go.
What do you call this recipe? And actually, let's start at the beginning. What all do we need? So I see farro here.
Yes.
You just grabbed some oil, butternut squash. We have pink Himalayan salt. We have hot honey. And then what else?
Orange peel, goat cheese, and Granny Smith apples. And then the dried craisins or cranberries are optional. You don't have to use them because you can also do walnuts or any type of nuts in here, but I know you're allergic.
But yeah, I don't do nuts, so we're 86 in the nuts.
We're nut free today. So I usually go ahead and start this part first because you do want to let this kind of simmer for probably about 5 to 10 minutes pending.
Okay.
So go ahead and set that aside for now. And then we're gonna start the farro. If you haven't had farro before, it's really a great substitution in place of rice. It cooks about the same, takes about the same amount of time, same idea. So whatever portion you want for farro, you're gonna do that doubled amount of water.
Perfect, okay.
Also, this is my favorite measuring cup I've ever owned.
Okay, why is that?
And I will tell you why.
Please do.
Because this side is for wet ingredients, so you can measure it up to 1 cup, but then you push this side down and flip it over for dry ingredients.
You can do dry ingredients. That is brilliant.
Yes, this is my favorite cup. I think it came from like Pampered Chef.
I was going to say, this has Pampered Chef written all over it.
So we're going to go ahead and throw the farro in there in the water.
Perfect. So this is kind of simmering. That is starting to get made. And then do I need to slice up this apple?
Yes, go for it. You can even use my fancy polka dot knife.
I was going to say, your fancy polka dot knife is so cute. So is there a specific way you want me to slice this?
Kind of in chunks about like this size. So about 1 inch
So
cubes.
kind of cubes.
Yeah,
all right.
You got it.
Cubing it. Got it. I'll get the seeds out.
So yeah, generally too, when we're doing this part where we're sauteing the butternut squash, this recipe is so easy, guys. Like, you can do this in the oven if you want to kind of set it and look away from it, or you can do it quickly like I do and just put it on the stove and start sauteing squash. If you do decide to use nuts, I usually suggest putting the nuts in with the squash while you start to saute it.
Oh, that's a good tip.
That way they start getting the flavor.
Okay.
Because we only have a few minutes to do this, we're going to kind of move things along.
Move things along through the process quickly, because here on ciLiving, as you know, if you watch the show regularly, we have a magic oven and a magic microwave, and as we put things in, things come out magically finished.
Which we love.
Yes.
When you get about, I'd say to about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how soft you like your squash to be, you're gonna go ahead and grab this orange peel, give it just a couple shakes in your pan. And this is honestly how I cook all the time. I am an eyeballer. I am an awful baker.
Yep. Me too, because Tommy and I talk about this all the time, about how like neither of us like to measure things.
Nope.
So we're just like, we'll throw in some of this and throw in some of that. And you actually are sort of famous for your dupe recipes, right? Finding something at a restaurant that you like and then making it at home. Can you talk about the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, so this dish in particular, there's a restaurant in Chicago called MFK. They only do a seasonal menu. They're a bib gourmand. What that means is that they're a Michelin-rated restaurant, but you and I can afford it.
Oh, nice.
So it's great. You can always look up the bib gourmand groups in Chicago. There's usually about 30 of them, so if you do take a trip up there, you can visit one of them. I basically kind of stole this off of them.
Right, exactly. You're making it at home to kind of taste alike.
I had gone in there and I asked their chefs. Another recipe that I did that was a dupe recipe, you're gonna laugh. Remember when they went away with Mexican pizzas at Taco Bell?
Yep.
Yes, I have perfected it at home.
Amazing. Okay, great. I'm coming to your house and we're gonna eat. All right, so we have about another minute to show, and then we'll taste for the last minute.
Yep, perfect. So kind of towards the tail end is where I want to drizzle the honey in here. So with the hot honey, you could always use as much as you like or as little as you like.
It smells so good in here. I wish you could smell this, because
it's like orange and honey.
Yeah, orange and honey.
Deliciousness.
And do I put the apples in, or are these like topping?
Completely up to you. So if you want your apples more crisp, we can put them in at the end, or we can put them in with this and get them a little softer. So you can really, that's why it's great when you're doing this kind of cooking, because it's really just to your taste and what you want it to be.
Personal preference. And then nuts or no nuts, you can do the goat cheese or not.
Goat cheese.
A lot of times with nuts, I'll substitute like pumpkin seeds or something like that.
Yes, for sure. That's
all right, so let's see the finished beautiful magic of the Magic ciLiving oven. And here, I can shut that off. Perfect. All right, great. So we are going to pull it out and show you the finished, and we are going to taste test. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful.
So then we get our finished product.
That is gorgeous. And then do you sprinkle the apples on top?
Apples,
all right. Sprinkle the
cheese.
Apples. If you want the goat cheese, you can add the goat cheese. What an easy thing that you can take or make as a side dish, or like you said, instead of stuffing.
Yes.
This is way healthier, I feel like, than the bread and celery and onion and all the stuffing accoutrements.
And I also like to, I'm going to throw some apples on mine too.
Great. Well, we are going to go to break, and then when we come back, we are going to taste this. So ciLiving, it will be right back. So stick around.